Everybody, this is Osprey from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at the cryptocurrencies. All right, we're looking at Bitcoin here. This is the Bitcoin Bitstamp daily chart, and as you can see here, we posted the bounce off of the 300-day simple moving average. That's this candle right here. You can see the lower wick hit this blue line, which is the 300-day simple moving average, and then notice the giant volume spike. So that was the big load down here off of 6,000, and then notice now that the price is nearly doubled. It's up here now at 11,400, and notice the level that it's hitting. It's hitting the green line, which is the 50-day simple moving average at 11,392. So it's right at that level right now. So what it needs to do is close above 11,392. It needs to turn that 50-day simple moving average into support, and that'll signal that it wants to head higher. And then just above it is the 100-day simple moving average at 11,977. That's the gold line just above. So that'll be the 12,000 mark. So if it can get above 11,400, the 12,000 level is going to be the big level to break, and above that would be putting that 200-day simple moving average, or it would be putting, I'm sorry, the top of this channel on deck. As you can see here, it's been trading in this downtrending channel, and this red descending resistance line is the current top of the channel. You can see it bounced off of the bottom of the channel, it broke down below it, got back in it, and so now it's heading towards the top of that channel, which is at 13,500 now. So the key levels to break: 11,400, 12,000, 13,500. If it struggles with this 11,400 level, that could turn into temporary resistance. And what you want to see is EMA4 support hold. That's at 10,965 currently. So yeah, we there's information out today that there's a big buyer of Bitcoin right now. They bought $400 million worth recently, and that is helping to push the cryptocurrency higher, and people are jumping on the bandwagon. On this candle right here on the 14th, there was a close above this purple line here, and that's the middle Bollinger Band, and that signaled the start of a new uptrend. And so right now there's a new uptrend with Bitcoin, and if it can turn that 50-day and 100-day simple moving averages into support, that's going to be a clear signal that it wants to head higher. So above 12,000 for Bitcoin would be super bullish. Okay, let's take a look here at Bitcoin Coinbase. Okay, so this is the Coinbase chart, and it's the daily chart as well, and it has the same thing. You have the spike down here on the 6 off the 300-day simple moving average, the 6,000 load zone. So whoever got 6,000, congrats. On the 14th, it got above the middle Bollinger Band. That signaled the possible start of a new uptrend. And notice the entire time all these candles are staying above the pink line. That's EMA4. As long as EMA4 at 10,948 supports holding, it's signaling more upside potential. Okay, so this is also hitting the 50-day simple moving average, currently at 11,385, and so that's the key level to turn into support. And then the next key level to break is the 100-day simple moving average at 12,006. Okay, so yeah, so 11,400, 12,006. If it can get above the same levels, turn 11,400, 12,000 into support, that's going to signal that Bitcoin Coinbase wants to head higher. If it stalls out here at the 50-day simple moving average, it's got to hold that EMA4. As long as the EMA4 support is holding, the chart is super strong, and the signal is to keep riding. Notice how the upper Bollinger Band is hooking up this purple line here. It is signaling more upside potential, and you have the lower Bollinger Band hooking down. That's signaling a possible breakout here, but it has to push through this key resistance zone. Okay, so people that are trading Bitcoin, another way that you could trade Bitcoin without having to actually trade the cryptocurrency is through GBTC. This is Bitcoin Investment Trust. It trades over the counter. They recently had a split, and now the share price is down to $17, $17.76. Notice RSI is at 52. You have an uptrend starting as well here. Notice the close above the middle Bollinger Band last week. That level is turning to support, and then the same level here. It's the 50-day simple moving average at 20. So just like Bitcoin Coinbase and Bitcoin Bitstamp on the GBTC chart, it's the same thing. Turning the middle Bollinger Band support needs needs to break that 50-day simple moving average. This follows the movement of Bitcoin, and right now it's lined up a little bit better than it has been in the past. And so this is is another way that you could play a bullish move in Bitcoin. And so if the buyer keeps buying and people keep loading, this could heat up. Above 20 would be very bullish if it can turn that green line into support. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Okay, Bitcoin Cash is heating up as well. It had this nasty downtrend. It bounced off of support for Bitcoin Cash on the 6th. It had that long lower wick, and then if you look over here, the big level that it's get above was right here on the 14th when it got back above that middle Bollinger Band. That was the signal possible start of a new uptrend. And just like the Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash is holding EMA4 support. So this is a signal that it wants to head higher. It's currently hitting the temporary resistance zone, which is the high close level right at the top of this candle. And so it's right at that. This is looking like a bull flag. And so if it can break horizontal resistance at 1546, that's going to signal it wants to head higher. And then you're looking for a run up here to this green line, which is the 50-day simple moving average at 1751. So break 1550, it should run to 1751. Once again, if it drops below EMA4, it could drop down to that middle Bollinger Band. As long as the middle Bollinger Band at 1274, that's the solid line is holding, that's a signal the uptrend's intact and to keep riding. So we're changing, from being bearish on these to now the charts are looking bullish and the signal has been to ride. Okay, Bitcoin Gold, same scenario here. And notice how Bitcoin Cash is a little behind Bitcoin, Coinbase, and Bitcoin Bitstamp. And then now you have Bitcoin Gold that's a little bit behind Bitcoin Cash just as far as the setup goes, but they are all starting a new uptrend. And so as you can see here, this is the middle Bollinger Band, the solid purple line. As long as that level's holding currently at 120, that signals that there's a new uptrend has started. That's the stop loss level. You don't want to hold long if it drops below. As long as the EMA4 is holding that pink line, the candles are forming above, the chart is super strong. The key level to break now is 142.76. That's the closing price here on the 17th. If it can get above that level, look for a run possibly all the way up to the 50-day simple moving average at 178. It will have to bust through that upper Bollinger Band in the 150 resistance zone. Okay, so the big winner right now has been Litecoin. Litecoin has been rocking it out. We did put out the alerts here on this candle here on the 14th that it was breaking above that middle Bollinger Band. We were alerting that it was heating up, and then this big break above the middle Bollinger Band, the 100-day simple moving average, and above the 50-day simple moving average. So it got above all those levels and it's been able to stay above. They have some good news coming. This is just really heating up. The story is getting better and better with Litecoin, and the chart is starting to reflect that. It was in a downtrend, now it's in an uptrend. It's above that 50 and 100-day simple moving average. It's above the 200-day simple moving average. It's above the 300-day simple moving average. It's above the EMAs 4, 8, and 13. It is rocking. It is firing on all cylinders. Currently, Litecoin is trading above all the moving averages, riding EMAs 4 and 8 support higher. It does not get any more bullish than that. This is as bullish as it gets. What's the signal? The signal is to ride, my friends. Ride Litecoin. Ride, ride, ride. Yes. Gotta love it, right? Are you guys rocking out to this or what? I mean, come on. You got to be happy crypto's back. I mean, I know a lot of people were sad when it pulled back, and a lot of people lost money that held, or maybe you just didn't have the realized gains. But now it's heating up again. It just has to break key levels. Okay, here's Ethereum. This had the nice uptrend. It came down. It got back above that middle Bollinger Band. It pulled back. It hit the 100-day simple moving average here on the 6th. Where it found support. It hit that 200-day simple moving average. Support zone. That 575 level, that was the big load zone, and it's been paid off nicely. And now it's back above the middle Bollinger Band, so it's trying to start a new uptrend. The key level to break is this 50-day simple moving average at 1012, 1012. So above 1012, that's going to be your clear signal that Ethereum is ready to rock it out and head higher. If it hits that 1012 level and fails to break, that could signal a temporary top. As long as the middle Bollinger Band at 878 is holding, a new uptrend should begin. Candles are riding EMAs 4 and 8 support higher. The chart is building strength. It's just slowly stair-stepping higher. I highly recommend putting in your resistance lines. And so horizontal resistance can always show you the key level to break. And this is the high close horizontal resistance is currently at 974. So if you see a break above 974, it should run to 10 1012, above 1012, that's going to signal that it wants to head higher. Okay, let's look at Ripple here, XRP. Okay, yeah, everybody got pumped up on this, when it got above this middle Bollinger Band here, and we're looking for a new uptrend to begin. It's slowly taking its time, just like Ethereum, but it does have an uptrend going right now. This is the middle Bollinger Band, the solid purple line. It got above the level here on the 12th when we put out alerts. I know people in the chat were loading. It's still riding EMA's 4 and 8 support. It has the uptrend going. It has to break the high close horizontal resistance level, which is at 118. If you see it break above 118, and it can get through this upper Bollinger Band at 125, the next target is the 50-day simple moving average at 143. 143 is the target right now. That's the target as long as the middle Bollinger Band at 96 holds. It's taken a while to get there, but it should work its way there as long as this new uptrend continues. If it drops below the middle Bollinger Band at 96, all bets are off. All right, but if the middle Bollinger Band holds, it should work its way to that 50-day simple moving average, and there should be some nice percentage gains from this level. It's just taking a little while to get going. Let's look at XLM here. All right, Lumen heating up. All right, it's above that middle Bollinger Band. Notice how they have it going sideways. They let it get above the middle Bollinger Band. They let the chart, on all these charts, they're letting them heat up, but it has to have volume. Look at the volume bars down here. Super light volume. There's just not a lot of interest in XLM right now. The buyers have to step up. So all you crazy crypto people, you have to support this stuff and to push it higher. If there are buyers, now with futures trading, with all the new instruments out there, there's going to be a lot more bearish pressure. So it's going to take like that $400 million Bitcoin buyer to get things moving. And so what you're looking for XLM is a break above this green line. The candles right now are wedged between support and resistance. They're riding middle Bollinger Band support, so they're trying to start a new uptrend. They're above EMA's 4, 8, and 13 right here, but they have to get above the resistance level, which is the 50-day simple moving average currently at 51. If you see a break above 51 for XLM, that's going to be your big signal that it's ready to head higher. It is currently trading above all the moving averages, except for that 50-day simple moving average. That's the top moving average in the chart. Once it's free from that level, once it's above that level and its support, that's going to be your clear signal that it's ready to break out higher. So for all these charts, that's what you have to do is you locate the top moving average, and once it turns into support, that's where you can get really bullish. That's where you're like, okay, yeah, this is fully reversed. Until then, it has to break through those levels to head higher. When you look at Gridcoin here, you can see it's above the blue line and the red line, which is the 300 and 200-day simple moving averages. It got above the solid purple line, which is the middle Bollinger Band, which is also the 20-day simple moving average. It's riding the pink, lime, and orange lines, which is EMA's 4, 8, and 13. So it has a nice uptrend going here. They're just slowly stair-stepping it higher on a super light volume. So yeah, they walked it down, and now they're able to take it up on very light volume. So that's a bullish sign. There's not a lot of selling pressure right here. They've got the program on buying right now. It just, if people started loading back into these things, they could really get moving again, as long as, they don't freaking short it. So you're going to know on whether or not this is going to still be in play, on whether or not that middle Bollinger Band is holding, currently at 0.0636. As long as the 6 cent level is holding, that's going to signal that the new uptrend's intact. And then you're looking now for a break above this 100-day simple moving average at 8.6. So that gold line right there at 8.6. And then above that is the 50-day simple moving average at 10 cents. Okay, look at ADA. Okay, ADA, BTC. Okay, first off, actually, I want you to look at XMR. And I meant to show you this earlier. This is Monero here. We've got, oh, I got the wrong chart though. Yeah, so yeah, let's look here. Let me just do this for you real quick because it was moving after hours. Yeah, I guess this one's okay. All right. Yeah, this is right. Okay. So, oh yeah, here. Sorry about that. Let's see, X. Let's do this. This one right here. Okay, so this is the one I've been working on. Yeah, you can see that it already has my channel in here, and this is why I wanted to show it to you, because you can see here it's breaking out of the top of this channel. And yeah, all these cryptocurrencies are trading on different exchanges, and so you have to be sure you know that you're following the right exchange, so you have the right data. And so yeah, so for this one, I've been following this BTG.X chart, and you can see it was in this downtrend. This is a downtrending channel. You have descending support and descending resistance. And on this candle here on the 14th, it broke above the descending resistance line and above the middle Bollinger Band. So it's getting a new uptrend going. And you can see right now it's hitting that 50-day simple moving average as well at 313, and it's trying to break that level. And so that's going to be, a close above is going to be a signal that wants to head higher. So look at 320. 320 is the huge level. It's at 316 right now. If you see Monero above 320, that's going to be a signal to go long, and there's more upside potential. It's still a signal to go be long right now, but it's at key resistance. If that 50-day simple moving average fails to break, like it has 4 days in a row here, it could pull back and retest that middle Bollinger Band. That's the downside risk, is that it drops back down to 255. If it gets above 320, that's going to signal it wants to head higher, and it could run back into the 400s. Okay, and then finally look at ADA.X. Now notice how this is not participating. Notice how all the other charts are really bullish and they're cruising, and this is still in a prolonged downtrend. And look how they're really driving this thing down. Multiple red candles in a row. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red candles in a row. Okay, so they've torn this thing to shreds. Look where it's hitting right now. It's hitting the gold line. This is a major line of defense, okay? So this is a major line of support. This is where it should find support at this 3315 level, okay? So if it holds right here, this is where you want to look to possibly play the bounce, because it is a major support level. It'll be a huge downside risk if it breaks. This is the bottom support level. As you can see here, the 200 and 300 are undefined here. There hasn't been enough trading for those moving averages. So this is the bottom moving average. This is where it should have a technical bounce. This is where you should be able to load. Now, how will you know if this is the correct spot? There'll be two ways to be able to tell. One, if the gold line holds, that'll be your clue. Okay, yeah, that's support. And the second thing that has to happen, it has to get above that pink line, the EMA 4. Notice how all these candles, this candle closed above, but it failed to get above EMA 8. Once the lime and pink line turn into support, that's when you can get the reversal going. So the first clue of the reversal will be a close above the pink line. So if it can hold the gold line, close above the pink line, that's your signal to play that bounce. Because this is set up. When you have 10 red volume bars in a row on anything, I don't care if it's a stock, a commodity, a cryptocurrency, it's set up for a technical bounce. So keep an eye on ADA. All right, very cool, you guys. This is great to see Bitcoin, out here busting a move. It's currently above that 50-day simple moving average. It pays to follow the charts. It doesn't matter, like I just said, what you're trading. If you can throw it on a chart, you're going to have a much higher success rate. You're going to be able to nail those entry points. I mean, how would you have known to have loaded off of this key support level if you didn't have a chart, right? How would you know this is a key resistance level if you didn't have the chart? You wouldn't. So the charts are very helpful. If you'd like to learn more how to use them for trading, please come check out our chat. I'll post the link below the YouTube video. Thanks for viewing.